time has come to start moving the pigs up to the garden area. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So we're going to move the pigs up to the garden area today from down here at the barn. When we got them, we first put them down here at the barn so that way we could get them settled into their new home, make sure that they were good on the electric fence, make sure that the fence that we got worked well, and now that we've had them for 2 weeks, feel good, ready to make the move. So we're going to kind of enclose them in just the hog panels that I have over here. You can kind of see behind me maybe. We're going to just kind of enclose them in there while we take the Premier 1 fence up to the garden, get that set up, and then we'll move the pigs up there to the new area. So they're chowing down on a little bit of food. Brian here's gonna close them in to the hog panel enclosure. Just a little smaller area inside the area that they had been in. Keep them in there while we move the electric fence up to the garden area and get that set up for them. Yesterday, Brian moved the temporary shelter up here. It's what we had on the back of the trailer when we brought the pigs home. So we just threw a tarp on it so that way we can give them some shelter up here. Easier to move around than what we have down for them at the barn. Then we're gonna fence in part of the garden area. We don't have a big enough fence to do the entire thing, so we're gonna kind of do half at a time. Another reason to do half at a time is because it's the end of winter. There hasn't been much vegetation growing up here because it's winter. And so as it moves into spring, the half that they're not currently living in will be able to grow up some grass and stuff. So when we move them over there, they'll have more food to eat while they're tilling up and working the ground.
So one thing we learned setting up the fence the first time was that if you just kind of one person set it up, that there was a really loose tension, kind of like there all the time. But what we ended up doing was if one person held the post that was just put in, if you hold that one where Lakin is, if you hold that one straight up and down and centered, while the other person stretches it out, it really helped even up the tension between all the posts, because then you're not pulling on the post while you're putting the next one in. And so then when you let go of the one that you're putting in, the tension between those two drops, but if you look one back, it really is tightened up the way you'd want it. So we were just kind of, you can leapfrog each other, or we just had moving together. Lakin was holding the post, as you can see here, and just holding it straight up and down to keep the post from pulling as I'm pulling the next one tight to put it down in. And it really helped even up the tension all the way through the fence. So that was like a huge thing we learned the first time, and it made a world of difference, making sure that fence was tight and not sagging. But if you keep that tension, you have a lot easier time keeping a good charge through the fence without it shorting out along the ground if it starts to kind of fold over onto the leaves. So we got the fence set up there. It's all connected to the solar battery there, and it's clicking away, but we couldn't really tell if the fence is actually on because we don't have one of those testers. So we're gonna go ahead and go get the pigs and take them up there and just watch them and see how we feel about it. Otherwise we'll bring them back down. But hopefully everything will go good. We'll take them up there. They'll be happy, and we can get inside before the rain comes. I'm not using cattle panel or nothing. Gonna try to lead them with food. I let them back to the pen when they escape with food. Hopefully we can lead them up to the new spot with food. Let's find out. You guys gonna be good? Probably not. Hey,
Stop.
Come on, keep going. Drag pad. Play it. Let's go. Play it. Follow the food.
And there they are on the inside, munching away on their bribe. I have to say, hardest part of that whole process was getting them in the fence when we got up here. They followed me great. Well, the fence works.
Well, we mostly got them situated up there. We got up there, you see, man, they just followed Lake and going along just perfect. Got them up in there, everything went well. They just gave us a little gap to let us know the fence was on. He got a little too close. So I'm gonna go get them some hay or straw or whatever I happen to grab and get it up there for their bedding because it's about to rain, and so get them nestled down there. I seriously almost died 3 times just trying to get this. Holding the camera. I tell you, to work like this with holding the camera, you could hold the camera dead things. So you can see where the pigs definitely were running around a lot. Now they had this whole area out around there too, but you can see this is where they're, we come over here and feed them. But that's what we're hoping they're gonna do up in the garden and get us ready when it comes time to plant. See, this is awesome. Keep in mind, we have them up here in the garden to start working the garden and prepare it. And look at this. Look at that little area. They've been out here for not even 10 minutes, I don't think, up in this area. Maybe 15 minutes, actually. So, this is awesome. This is gonna work out perfect. I'm really excited. Yes. We're back up at the house. Got everything done we wanted to get done today. Pigs moved up to the garden. Everything went well. Super, super excited. Very relieved to get that done. Now we're expecting rain. I gotta just empty some things out of the bed of the truck. And it's 1:52. The Daytona 500 broadcast comes on at 2:30. So we made it. That was literally the most important thing today. So, good day. We got what we needed to get done. And we didn't miss any Daytona 500. So we're gonna get that done, get some lunch, watch Daytona 500, go Kyle Busch.